Welcome back to the Movie Day Podcast, the one and only podcast that reviews a different film each and every day. My name is Grant, and I'm your host for this podcast. With me, as always, to dive into the world of cinema, we have Sky.
Hello.
And Ryan.
Hello.
Today, we are talking about the movie Paddleton. It is a Netflix original, directed by Alex Lehman, and it is written by and starring Mark Duplass, and Ray Romano is in it as well. And it's basically about two guys. Mark Duplass's character, whose name is Michael, and Ray Romano is Andy. Michael is essentially diagnosed with terminal cancer, and it's kind of just like a character study, like small little movie about the two friends and how they handle the diagnosis. So yeah, Sky, in one word or less, would you recommend watching Paddleton?
Yes.
I pose the same question to you, Ryan.
Yes.
I'm going to go with yes as well. That is 3 yeses. Anything anyone has to say before we get into our group discussion that is most likely going to involve spoilers?
I guess I would just add it's on Netflix.
That
Unless
it
we've
is.
already said it.
Yep.
But
It's on it. Go watch it. Brand new, just came out.
Yeah. This movie was made for I think it's like $5,000.
Yep.
So it's pretty cool. Like, definitely, if you want to check out some independent movies, this is one. This is one to look at. So yeah, I think we can just jump on in. Paddleton. I did like it for how simple it was.
Yeah, it was a simple story, and I mean, I kind of knew that, like, going into it a little bit, kind of like, because it was always on the front page of Netflix. I'm like, I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna pick that as my next movie, so I did. But I had no idea that most of those lines were improv. I didn't know that part until you told me. So
Yeah, it's a lot of improv. I think it's like 90% of the movie is improv.
yeah, it's really impressive.
yeah, especially how like it actually like turned out like to be like it all worked, it all fit, and you could tell like the dialogue wasn't robotic. It was actually like human conversation.
Yeah, because
And
they
not
were
just
improv.
lines. Yeah, like that definitely added or definitely helped make shape the movie.
Yeah, and it was super cohesive with all of it. So, which is even more impressive if you're just improving scenes to make it all feel connected.
And Mark
Yeah.
Duplass and Ray Romano had good chemistry like together throughout the entire thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they
thought
actually
both their
made him feel
acting
like-
was phenomenal.
Yeah, made them feel like they had a real friendship.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a real movie, by the way, that their favorite one, the like kung fu movie. Like
I'm
Death Punch.
assuming it is because it's literally like the same, or I guess part of that is in the Kill Bill movies. So I would assume that like that's where Quentin Tarantino found it. Not sure, but yeah, I'll have to look that up.
I mean,
But yeah,
obviously,
it's
obviously it was like a type of movie where you pretty much knew where what the ending was going to be, but it was still like an emotional movie in that regard.
yeah. It's one of those movies that's about the journey, like the whole speech he gives at the end. Ray Romano gives to Mark Duplass, with like the shirt.
Yeah.
At the end, you always get sad after you figure out the hangman puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted you to never be able to figure it out, so you like enjoy it like forever, right? Like,
Yep.
there's several scenes like that are kind of just about enjoy life while you can. Gotta live in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just looked it up, and I don't think that is a real movie.
Oh, really? Well, then maybe Quentin Tarantino came up with it and they took it from him.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's another way to look at that, but I don't know.
I'm sure there'll be like more information on it when the movie like gets older.
Yeah, like it literally hasn't even been out a week yet. So, um, but yeah, all the acting was really good. All the dialogue was super real. Um, I guess my question to you guys: what would you think the title Paddleton? What do you think that plays into the movie?
I mean, their favorite thing to do is play like the game they made up, which is called Paddleton.
Mm.
Essentially, you just hit a ball on a big wall and you try to hit it like you try to make it bounce into like the barrel or like the garbage can or whatever they use.
I would say that the title is just like the one thing that Ray Romano's character is going to take with him.
Yeah,
Because like that, like if in the end, like when he's like talking to the kid, he kind of mentions the game to him, and he's just trying to pass it down, like to carry on something that Michael had done with him before he passed.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, a lot of times I don't really think too hard about like what they're gonna call a movie. Like if it's just
Yeah,
Paddleton, like it's Paddleton. I could see that, but I don't know. I like the title.
yeah, the title fits. I mean, I don't know if it really like that's if I had to guess, that's what I would say.
yeah, no, I'd agree. That makes sense because they reference it at the beginning, and then they kind of don't talk about it ever again until like the very end.
Mm-hmm.
But
But they do kind of like play it throughout until they go on their road trip, and then they're kind of gone for a little while for like a night, and then they come back, and then it almost seems like things get a lot worse for Michael at that point.
Well, yeah, he only had like so long
Yeah.
to live, so it's bound to get worse.
yeah, I really liked the whole, I guess, suicide scene. um, like it was all shot in one take. Or I guess it was like, I guess there's one take leading up to like getting the glass, measuring everything, coming back in, and then did it stay one take? I think it did actually through the whole time.
It might have, yeah.
Yeah. I think
And
it
Mark
did.
Duplass and Ray Romano really showcased their acting skills in that scene. That was
They
Yeah,
reeled
they
it in.
gave. Yeah, they do some great work in this movie. That is definitely not going to get noticed by the Academy.
no, especially since
Not
it's
a
a
chance.
Netflix film.
Probably see it on the Independent Spirit Awards, though. Fingers
Netflix
crossed.
film, and it came out so early this year, so they're gonna forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it's a small budget film.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't see very many movies now that get made for less than like 10 grand.
It's true.
Well, I think Duplass, I think his production company, it says the company that produced it was Duplass Brothers Productions.
Mm-hmm.
So he probably produced the whole thing himself. It sounded like it was like mostly his idea, and then he got Ray Romano to play the other lead role.
Yeah, what a find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Ray Romano is like the perfect fit for that type of character that they were probably going for. Like he's just the guy that's like, you know, like the whole scene in the pharmacy where he's kind of freaking out because he wants to pay for Mark Duplass's pills.
Yeah, that scene
That
was great.
That was great. You kind of got to see like how rational he was like being in that moment.
Yeah, I liked all the jabs at how they hate small talk throughout
Yep.
the whole movie.
Yeah.
Those are all great.
Then you find, and then the hotel lady is just like, man, I hate small talk. And then Ray is just kind of like, oh,
Yeah, I thought he was gonna go back to her at the end.
yeah, same.
That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, I kind of thought that too. Just because, he was gonna lose something, she lost something, but I thought it ended like in a more realistic way, I guess, because like he
Yeah.
really didn't know her. He met her for like an hour or two or something. But
Yeah. Finally starts getting into the small talk at the end.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. There really isn't a whole lot to say with this movie. It's like very simple, very
Hmm.
straightforward, very to the point. But it's like
yeah,
really good. I don't
yeah, I
know.
would say there's no pacing issues. It's literally just like every scene is like character building, so you care about them, and then like the plot, and like that's literally the whole movie. It's only an hour 29 minutes, so they don't waste any time. That's for sure.
They do not. You kind of like start off right away with the diagnosis, and then just kind of
Yeah, I
goes
do
on from
like
there.
how they started with that. Like they didn't have like a 10 minutes like leading up to, oh my god, I found out. Like they just
Yeah.
cut right to the
Yeah.
chase.
Yep.
Got rid of the small talk, if you will.
Yep. Got rid of the small
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I wonder how much they edited out of this movie. Or if they edited anything out.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'd be curious to see.
Looks like it's a lot of improv scenes, so I'd be kind of curious. But I don't know
Yeah,
if we'd ever get a Blu-ray for this because, again, it is on Netflix.
Netflix.
Hmm.
Yeah, that'd be interesting because like if they're improvising every scene, obviously there's like main like story points or beats that they have to hit, but they can go about it in different ways. So I wonder if there's like you know 10 different like darkly comedic takes for each scene or something, or if they kind of just improved once and like, oh, that's good, and they just kept doing the same improv until they got it right. Or yeah,
Yeah. Does anyone else have anything else to add to it?
Yeah,
I
I know.
know.
I feel like this is gonna be a really short one, but like,
Yeah. It's a short movie, so
I don't want to keep like going around in the same circles if we don't
Yeah,
have to.
no, I would agree. It's kind of just like again about friendship. It's about um, the journey in life.
yeah.
And that's pretty much, I guess, it. Right? I mean, they were super close friends because like they could really talk to each other. Hence the small talks, like how they hate small talk. But yeah, I can't really think of any other uh, big themes or anything in it. So yeah, should I start off with the ratings?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm down.
All right. Well, I'm between a 7 and an 8, but I'm gonna go with 7. Could go up, but I think 7's where I'm at. Definitely recommend it. It's a good film. Make you feel. That's about all I got.
So Ryan, are you gonna give yours next, or you want me
Yeah,
to give
yeah,
mine?
I can go. I gave it an 8. I thought like everything. I didn't really have any issues with it at all. Um, I guess it's just a simple story, so like you really can't bash it for being a simple story either, because that's just kind of what it was meant to be. But yeah, I thought everything was great. The acting was great. Just a nice, quick little movie. If you're looking for like a quick watch, you could just watch this and it'll get you in the feels if you're, you know, vulnerable like that. So,
Yeah, I gave it a 7 as well, and I don't really have any issues with it. But there's really only so much you can do with a movie that like it's kind of been done before, and like it's on a shoestring budget, and like there isn't like too much that it has to say. But like those aren't really issues for me. Like I don't know, it just has to like really like connect and like
yeah.
with me to like get higher. But there's really no issues with it for me.
Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with that.
7 out of 10, definitely closer to an 8 than a 6. But yeah, that is Paddleton. And I think we're going to get into our next recommendation, right? At this point.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think by committee, we decided since Well, I guess we should say Ryan saw this a while back, and me and Sky were kind of just catching up on our 2018s for our best of the year list that may or may not come out soon. And we saw Star Wars, or not Star Wars, Solo, a Star Wars story, and we have some strong feelings on this podcast. So the length on that one might make up for the length on this one. Who knows?
Remember Star Wars?
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it, so I'll try my best.
Yeah,
And I'm not
We-
gonna
hopefully-
revisit it. It's just 2 hours of 15 minutes or whatever how long it is, and of just
yeah. Let's
Not
not get
very
too
much.
far into it, but
Yeah.
you'll get your healthy dose of a Solo, a Star Wars story for sure. And then after that, we'll go back to it'll be me that picks afterwards. I don't know. We just had to get this one out of the way.
Yeah. It was time.
But yeah, if you guys like this podcast, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well as leave a like and a comment. We'd love to hear your thoughts, suggestions, and recommendations. To keep up with updates and other news regarding the podcast, follow our Twitter and like our Facebook page listed in the description below. You guys want to add anything else?
Nah,
Nope.
I'm good.
So I'm going to add, I guess, for this podcast and for the other ones that I can remember too. On Sunday, National Geographic
Oh, that's
is
right.
Oh, yeah.
going to screen the Oscar or the Academy Award winning Best Documentary, Free Solo. It is on at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, commercial free. And that will be our episode on Sunday, airing right after, whenever we can get it recorded, the showing. So if you have cable TV and you have National Geographic, go watch it. It looks great. So yeah, watch it and come back to our podcast afterwards to hear what we have to say. So other than that, see you tomorrow.